In this lesson, we're going to learn about some properties of trapezoids and how we can relate them to the midsegment of trapezoid theorem. The midsegment of a trapezoid is parallel to each base, and its length is 1/2 of the bases. So the midsegment is this line MN. Trapezoids have two bases. The midsegment is parallel to each of the bases. So if this midsegment is half of the length of these, we know that MN is equal to 1/2 of AB plus DC. Now we can simplify this expression a little bit better to get rid of this fraction. So if I wanted to get rid of this fraction, rather than distribute and have AB over 2 and DC over 2, we're going to multiply both sides of the equal sign by 2. These will cancel out. So that's going to give me 2 times MN is equal to AB plus DC. This should look a little bit familiar because it's very similar to the triangle midsegment theorem. So this is one of the formulas that you can use if you didn't want to deal with a fraction. The other formula that you guys can use is the midsegment is going to be equal to 1/2 of AB plus DC, which is what we had over here. We just are not simplifying the two. So when you're trying to use these formulas, you can use either one, but this one's really only going to work when your bases are divisible by 2. Now we're going to use a coordinate plane to prove that the trapezoid midsegment theorem works. So first, let's graph the trapezoid. Next, we're going to find the midpoint of AD using the midpoint formula and label it point M. So remember, the midpoint formula is when we add the x's together, divide by 2, and do the same with the y's. So for AD, we're going to add 0 plus 8 divided by 2, and then we're going to add 10 and 6, or 6 plus 10 divided by 2. So 8 over 2, that's going to give me 4. And then 6 plus 10 is 16, and 16 over 2 is going to give me 8. And then if we go ahead and plot that on our graph, we're going to label that M. And then we're going to find the midpoint between B and C so we can get the midsegment of the trapezoid. So the midpoint of BC, we can find that by adding the x coordinates together. So we have 2 plus 12 divided by 2. And then the y coordinates, 2 plus 2 divided by 2. So 2 plus 12 is 14. 2 plus 2 is 4. That's going to give us 7, 2, which is right here. We're going to label this point N. Now we have the midsegment of our trapezoid. Next, we're going to prove that the midsegment MN is parallel to base AB and the base DC by finding the slope of each of those lines using the slope formula. For the slope of MN, you're going to subtract the y's on top and the x's on bottom. So that would give us 6 over -3 for a slope of -2. For the slope of AB, you're going to subtract the y's on top, which is 6 minus 2, and the x's on bottom, which is 0 minus 2. This is going to give us 4 over -2, giving us an answer of -2. To find the slope of DC, subtract your y's on top, which is 10 minus 2, your x's on bottom, which is 8 minus 12. That's going to give us 8 over -4, which simplifies to -2. So all of these have the same slope, justifying that all three of these segments are parallel. Now we're going to prove that the midsegment is half of the sum of the two bases by finding the length of each using the distance formula. Remember, we already found the difference of the x's and the y's in the distance formula. So now we're just going to use those values to kind of give us a little bit of a shortcut. So for MN, the difference of the x's was -3, and the difference of the y's was 6. That's going to give us 9 plus 36 when we square both of those values, giving us an answer of the square root of 45. That is approximately 6.71. Now let's find the distance of AB. So we're going to take the difference of the x's, which was -2, square it. Take the difference of the y's, which was 4, square it. That's going to give me 4 plus 16, which is the square root of 20. The square root of 20 is approximately 4.47. Now let's find the distance of DC. We're going to take the difference of the x's, which was -4, square it. The difference of the y's, square it. That's going to give me 16 plus 64, which is the square root of 80, which is approximately 8.94. Now let's plug in these values into this formula to prove that it's going to be equal to this MN. So we have MN is equal to 1/2 of AB, which was 4.47, plus DC, which was approximately 8.94. And then when we add those decimals together, we get 13.41. And then when we cut that in half, we get approximately 6.705. And if we round this 0 up, that will give me an answer of 6.71, which is the same distance we had for MN. Now let's take a look at some practice problems. Before we get started, let's review the formulas that we know for the trapezoid midsegment theorem. One of them is 2 multiplied by the midsegment is equal to AB plus DC, and the other one is the midsegment is equal to 1/2 times AB plus DC. We can use either one of these formulas, and if I multiplied both sides of the equal sign by 2, it's going to give me this one. So one has a fraction and one does not. We're trying to find the distance of MN. We know that one base is 8 and this base is 12. If I apply my formula for midsegment of a trapezoid, I know that 2 times the midsegment is equal to AB plus DC. So all I have to do is take this information that I know from the problem and substitute it. So I don't know what MN is. That's what I'm trying to solve for. But I know that AB is 8, and I know that DC is 20. So I have 2 times MN is equal to 28. I can divide both sides by 2, and that tells me that MN is equal to 14. We also could have used the other formula, so let's take a look at that one. The other formula is MN is equal to 1/2 times AB plus DC. So if we replace the AB with 8 and the DC with 20, this is going to work out because this is going to end up being an even number, and the even number is divisible by 2. So we have MN is equal to 1/2 times 28, and half of 28 is 14. So I just wanted to go through that to show you that the other formula will work, but I know a lot of people don't like fractions, so that's why I did the other one first. Let's take a look at letter B. Now we're trying to find the length of the base. And since I don't know the length of the base, I'm not going to use this formula because I don't know if this is an even or an odd number. So I'm going to stick with 2 times the midsegment is equal to one base plus the other base and fill in all the information I know. So I know that the midsegment of MN is 18. And I don't know AB, but I do know that DC is 25. So now I can do 2 times 18, which is 36, is equal to AB plus 25. And then I can subtract 25 from each side and get 11 is equal to AB. So now I know that AB is 11. Letter C looks a little bit more difficult because now for each of the bases, I have an expression. So I'm definitely not going to use this one just because I see some odd numbers and those aren't divisible by 2. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one. So we have 2 times my midsegment, which is 26, and that is going to be equal to AB, which is 5x plus 6, plus DC, which is 3x minus 2. Now we're going to combine our like terms of 5x and 3x, and I'm also going to simplify this left side while I'm at it. So 2 times 26 is 52. Combine those like terms, 5x and 3x is 8x, and then you have a positive 6 and a negative 2. That's going to give me a 4. Subtract the 4 from each side. You're going to get 48 is equal to 8x. Divide by 8 on each side, you get an answer of 6 for x. Sometimes you will be asked to substitute your answer for x in to find a missing length for one of the bases. So just make sure you're reading the directions carefully. Here we just had to find the x, so no substitution is required, but on a test or a quiz, you will have to substitute this value back in to solve for a missing side length.